Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
And we're back with a kind of a double blind tonight.
Yeah, and it's Friday. Finally.
And it's Friday,
we made
thank
it.
God.
So needed Friday to get here.
We've got a big weekend coming up. We are going to meet some of the patrons tomorrow at High Bank Distillery, and we're going to have brunch.
Yes.
And then a tour and a tasting, correct?
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. Tomorrow is Single Barrel Saturday here in Ohio. OHLQ has not showed us much that they're going to release tomorrow.
So there's a couple intriguing ones that they've released, and
there is. There's a Penelope toasted,
and we really liked last year's pick that we got.
We did, and it came from Single Barrel Saturday. There is a Green River single barrel that we do not have that bottle. That would not necessarily be high on our list, but it would make the list of what we'd want.
It's actually one of the 2 items on my list out of everything I've seen.
Yeah, there's a Four Roses single barrel. It's probably good because it'll be an OHLQ pick, but I feel like we must have 4 or 5.
I think there are some Still Austins.
Still Austins, Starlight, Newlus.
There's some intriguing ones, but I wish they'd almost set up like a little tasting. You know, like in Kentucky, a lot of the little stores do like little tastings.
Yeah,
so you
the only hope that I really see that there is a lot of times when they do these, they'll announce by email in the morning what locations are going to participate. If there's a dark horse, it'll be announced at that time. And so I'm hoping that they have not shown all their cards.
Yep.
So anyway, that's what we got going on. Charlie, he's got everything listed. Yeah. Oh yeah, Frey Ranch. There was some Frey Ranch we forgot to mention.
And John's saying definitely get that Green River.
Really? Okay, that's good to know,
yeah.
John. We obviously wanted that because that's the only bottle we don't have.
Right.
However, it wasn't high on our radar. Let me start here in the chat. Just kind of say hi to everybody. Charlie from Bourbon and Balls, cheers. Rick Moreland, thanks for joining us. I got Charles here. I know there's more. I'm getting down there.
John and Alan.
John and Alan.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thanks.
Gandy's on there.
Gandy, cheers. Thanks for taking time out of your Friday night to join us. Husky Dog, cheers. Christopher, thanks for joining us. Okay.
All right. I have to tell you, so Charles was nice enough to send us this double blind. He actually sent us 2 that we're going to do. The first one we're doing is the 3-pack that he sent. And I poured these a little while ago, and I'm super excited because I love the coloring. I haven't nosed them or tasted them or anything yet, but just love the coloring of them. I'm excited.
Yeah, the colors, if you can tell anything by color, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. They're really dark and rich.
Mm-hmm. And so I know Charles, several of you keep track of what you send. So just so you know, this is C1, 2, and 3, Charles, in case you forget which ones we had.
Let's see, Rick's talking something about Green River here. Awesome bottle, he says.
We'll definitely have to see if we can get that one tomorrow.
He said it's 130 proof.
Wow.
It may be. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I don't think it listed all the proofs and stuff in the email.
I don't think all that information.
It may have.
Charles said the Penelope may be interesting. So they've got Penelope Architect and Toasted. We would definitely be looking more towards the Toasted. The Architect we've had. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not. It just doesn't really appeal to our palates. Are you starting?
I was just starting with nosing
She's
it.
not messing around. It's Friday night. She's ready to.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I came directly home. I went to the shop. I started lasering a lot of the lids. I got 10 of the lids done before I came in.
She did.
I'm ready for a drink.
And I think, guys, we should probably welcome Shona to this side of the bar, because usually on Friday nights, you guys will hear her, but she's off camera unless we can lure her onto the camera.
So I apologize, guys.
For not being on or for being on?
No, for being on.
Oh,
because I know the guys are much more entertaining than me.
This will be great. This will be great. Cheers, Rob. Thanks for joining us.
You know, I'm almost picking up a chocolate note on the nose on this one. A little bit of spice, caramel.
So let's back up to your chocolate. Is that dark chocolate?
Kind of like a cocoa powder.
Yeah.
type
Okay. I've got that.
note. Nice.
I've got some of that smoke going.
A little bit of a citrus note on the side too.
That I don't have.
You got to switch nostrils.
I've tried.
All right, I'm going in. Cheers, everybody.
Okay, cheers. Happy Friday.
Wow, that's good. Charles, thank you for the super chat. Smash that like button, join Patreon, and what's in the Glen Wednesday. Thank you. This one's creamy, spicy. I'm still picking up that little bit of a chocolate note. It's a slight chocolate note, but it's definitely there.
I'm convinced that you pay Charles to pay to promote what's in the Glen Wednesday.
I do not. However, I do appreciate
you
it.
two definitely conspire on that.
A little corn grain type notes on the nose as well.
Gandhi. Gandhi said Rob has the worst job in Whiskey Tube, keeping Charlie from giving away the farm. Charlie was in a giving mood last night.
That's very nice.
So on the palate for me, I don't know that I didn't even say anything.
I've been talking.
I get that buttery, creamy, buttery, right up front. Some cinnamon. Really slight oak, not heavy, but enough to let you know it's there. Some of the char. It's really good. Brown sugar, of course, is there, and some vanilla.
Yeah, I would agree with all of your notes. I can pick those out. You didn't get any type of chocolate note or anything like that?
I did not on the palate, no.
On the finish, I'm picking up almost a minty note as well. It's really good. Full of flavor.
Full.
Cool. Hey guys, we are going to do a giveaway tonight too, and I'm going to go ahead and put that. It is going to be a whiskey glass set with some ice molds. I'm going to go ahead and get that started. It'll be given away towards the end of the show, but if you guys want to go ahead and get registered, you can. It is...
Must be present to win.
Yes, must be present to win. Exclamation point, Friday.
There's Becky Watson in the chat. Cheers, Becky. Thanks
Yes.
for joining us. I'm guessing that's Becky Watson.
Yes, I would say that's Becky Watson. She'll be excited that I did a giveaway.
It's funny, she always pops up about
Yeah.
the time you announce a giveaway.
So Becky, inquiring minds would like to know if you've used your cocktail smoker kit yet.
Oh yeah, I'm dying to hear what you've made with it. Dying to hear. I mean, if you had like smoked Dasani with it, or
This nose, I'm having trouble picking up the... I'm not getting much off the nose, to be honest. I'm getting a little bit of heat.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm just getting a little bit of spice. Is really all I'm not really.
But I'm not getting a whole lot. maybe after I taste it a couple times, it'll be in there.
It's a unique palate. It's really unlike, I'd say, anything we've had.
It has some heat to it, so there's some proof to it.
I got some of that sweet tart on it, actually, towards the finish.
Not,
There's Mitch Adams in the chat. Cheers
Yep.
to you, Mitch.
I think we have Stephen Scones in there now. Cheers. And Tammy.
Cheers, Stephen.
Kevin, cheers.
Kevin, cheers.
Hey, Kevin, I realized as I was getting the patron wheel info ready tonight that you were on the show last month when we did the patron wheel. And so you took your keychain, but I didn't. I've never given you your surprise 2-ounce pour. So the next time I see you, you will be getting your 2-ounce pour. I apologize for
Was
not
that
getting.
a surprise? It was a surprise
Yeah.
pour, wasn't it?
Yep. But I think by the time you guys got done filming the after hours and stuff,
He didn't have room for
we
two
all
more
just forgot
ounces,
about it.
I can guarantee you.
But I promised to get you that.
It's in the mail, Kevin.
It's not in the mail. Next time I see you, you'll get it. You know, I'm still not picking up a lot on the nose on this one. Really, I couldn't pick out the flavors on the palate either. There was a little bit of that sweetness on the end. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble.
I'm still not getting. I maybe get a little sweet now in the nose that I didn't get the first time we nosed it. I kind of like that palate though. Kevin said we had quite a bit that night. We
I'm
did?
getting
We did.
I'm getting grain notes on the palate, followed by some spice, and it finishes kind of sweet. On this one, I truly cannot pick out flavors though. It's not coming to me.
It's not as obvious as one was.
Right. It's not a bad pour by no means. It's good.
No, and I like. I'm still getting that sweet tart on the finish, and I like that.
But the notes, I'm just not getting notes on it, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It's not bad. It's enjoyable. It's just kind of,
It's a little bit lighter in color than 1 and 3. Not very much, but it is a little lighter.
I feel like it's definitely proof. I feel like it was proofier than 1. But I could be wrong. I have more of a Kentucky hug.
Did you think it was proofier? Hey guys, not this past week, but last Wednesday on Whiskey Trivia Night, we did $5 Super Chats, and we spun the wheel, and we gave away challenge coins, Cask 529 challenge coins. I have more of those tonight, so we will do that again. Obviously, completely a voluntary basis. $5 Super Chat gets you an entry for a Cask 529 challenge coin. And we will, I don't know how Shona keeps track of that, but
I
she'll
just
figure it out.
enter them as you chat. That's
Okay.
all.
So far we've got a set of glasses you're giving away. That's
Yep,
free to
that's free.
everybody. to
Anybody
enter.
can enter for that.
And then the Super Chat for the challenge coins.
Yep.
Okay, you're moving on to number 3.
Yum. Maybe when we go back to number 2, because it's good, I just couldn't pick out flavors. So kind of,
Kevin's looking forward to his next live show.
awesome. We'll have to come up with a theme.
We will. That was a lot of fun that night, even before we got overserved.
On this one, I'm getting some citrus notes.
Thanks, Rick, for
Yes,
that.
thank you, Rick. I'm going to go ahead and get you added in there.
He said he's got a blend and a letter soul. I believe it.
Rick, I think that when you do that to me, you like sit back and laugh, and you.
I have a vision of Rick looking like the mad scientist behind his desk, watching Whiskey Tube and mixing stuff up and hoping it doesn't explode when he mixes it.
And laughing at
Yeah,
me when
that evil little
when I
laugh.
get a hazmat and.
Yeah. So there you go, Rick. That's our vision. That's what we see. So this one's got a little bit of a spicy nose to me. I do get a little bit of sweetness, brown sugar maybe on this one.
Yeah, I'm getting some caramel. I'm getting a little bit of vanilla. I'm getting a little bit of a citrus note. Definitely the spice, like you said. This one's speaking to me a little bit more on the nose.
That's really smooth.
A lot of spices. I'm almost getting a molasses with the grains inside. That chocolate note is definitely coming through on the palate. A little bit of a fruit note. Definitely the brown sugars. The caramel is really, or caramel, sorry, whichever way you say it.
Tomato. That's really good. I like that one.
Yeah, that one's interesting. I would say this one's a little bit proofy as well. I'm going to say in the 110s.
I feel like this one might be the proofiest.
I really like the grains that are coming through on this with that moldiness and the chocolate note.
If you guys were with us Wednesday night for trivia night, my IT professional, Shona, did absolutely nothing to fix the computer screen that had
It's
no
working.
picture on it. And it's working, so she did a great job. She did a great job in the 2 days that we were not here.
What a fluke.
I really like that one.
I love all the caramel notes and that chocolate note. Number 3 is really, really good. I'm anxious to go back to number 2 now, though, and see if it opens up a little bit. Okay, so I will say number 2, I'm getting a lot of sweetness on the nose now. A little bit of a fruit note.
Cheers, Mr. Ritchie.
Yes, Mr. Ritchie. Lori J, I'm sure she's there with you. Is there something wrong?
Yeah, I wanted you to pin that comment at me.
Oh,
I couldn't find your cursor, though.
I don't know if it'll let me pin your comment.
Oh, okay. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't.
1 second.
I'm not sure if Mr. Ritchie is crossed over and is drinking beer tonight, or if that's just the emoji he picked to post up there.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with having
No,
Having
nothing
a
at
beer.
all. Nothing at all.
a nice stout.
We went to dinner last night,
Love stouts.
and I had a couple Angry Orchard ciders. So sometimes it's nice to switch it up a little bit.
It kind of fit his mood. He looked angry the whole time. Even the waiter said, yeah, that fits his mood. Joking.
She's not joking. She's always sure to point out when I look a little disgruntled. Not that I am. Sounds like a good pour, Stephen.
So
Mrs. Laura J., cheers. Thanks
yes,
for joining
cheers.
us.
Number 2, it opened up a little bit for me, but I'm still not picking out a whole lot of flavors. A little bit of a grain note, the sweetness. You get that sweet tart. I don't really get the tartness. I get some spice throughout it, but I'm still picking up a lot of proof on that one. I would almost say number 2 is the proofiest for me, because it keeps giving me that little Kentucky hug.
That's right, Stephen. If they can have one, why can't I?
Bryan really does have a good resting bee face.
And I guess it's perfect definition because I'm not that. It's just my look. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I developed that look to keep people away. I don't know. I worked in retail for years, so maybe that would keep me.
He had the look and his arms were crossed and it was...
Oh, at dinner last
Yeah.
night? I don't know what the deal was.
You know, number 1, I'm still getting that little bit of a chocolate note, but now I'm also getting a tobacco note. It's fun.
Mr. Ritchie and Mrs. Lori. Mr. Ritchie and Mrs. Lori. There's a giveaway going on for, is it a set of whiskey glasses?
Yes.
And ice molds?
Ice molds. There's a picture up on the screen.
Exclamation point Friday.
Yes.
Is that correct? To get entered for that giveaway. Of course, we'll be doing the Patreon giveaway here in a little while.
Yep. Towards the end, we'll be doing the patron giveaway. We'll be spinning the wheel for that. We'll be picking a name for the whiskey glasses, and if you want a chance at getting a coin, I know a lot of our patrons, obviously, I've already mailed those out to you guys,
Yeah,
but
our paid patrons should have already received one. And any paid patron that's watching, if you have not received your coin, let us know that tonight, please. But they've all been mailed.
Yep.
Over a week ago. I don't know. These are
3 is my favorite for sure. I'm going to go 3, 2, 3, 1, 2.
That's exactly it. 3, 1, 2. And 2's good. It just doesn't. This is weird for me to say this, guys, because if you watch the show, you know that I don't have the strongest of noses. But the nose on one is just doesn't present anything, really.
1, 1 or
Yeah,
2?
on one.
That's 2.
Oh.
2's the one that didn't present though.
No.
Yeah.
So our.
It's the same. 3, 1, 2. All right. So, you know what? This does not shock me at all. And Gandhi will know this. So 3 was Evernorth Spirits Night Stalker Batch 3. They put out some great
Tell you
stuff.
what, anything we've had from those guys has been phenomenal.
And we've only had it through Gandhi and now Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Yes,
We
guys,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. 118 proof. So it's a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, 6 and 9 year MGP, and 4 and 6 year Sagamore bourbon. That's great. That is really great. All right.
Kevin, thank you. I'm glad you like it, and thanks for all the support you guys give us.
Okay, so our second choice, which was number 1. Sorry if that's ripping in your guys' ears. Trying to keep it away from the mic. All right, so our second place is Cedar Ridge Single Barrel Double Barrel Bourbon SLB Drinks Pick. Cedar Ridge Double Barrel Bourbon, 119.7 proof. Barrel X2, so February 23rd, 08. I'm thinking X2.23.08 mash bill, 74% corn, 14% molded rye, and 12% molded barley. And it was another great one. I do have to ask though, because I have never heard of Cedar Ridge. So, Charles, where is that in Kentucky, or is that a different state? Have you ever heard of Cedar Ridge?
Have not. Nope.
Okay, last but not least, because it was a good pour, it just didn't do a whole lot for my palate. Like flavor, like I couldn't pick up a whole lot of flavors on it. So it is a Cedar Ridge as well, single barrel, barrel proof bourbon, SLB Drinks pick. It is the proofiest at 124.4. So the other one was a single barrel, double barrel bourbon, and this was the barrel proof bourbon. This was like almost 5 proof points higher. Again, the mash bill was 74% corn, 14% molded rye, and 12% molded barley. So I would say that the double barrel process on this one really helped enhance the flavors, because I was not getting those flavors on number 2. Anyways, great pick, and hoping that maybe Charles answered us in there where Cedar Ridge is from, or if anybody knows where Cedar Ridge. Oh, Iowa. Thank you, Stephen. I have honestly never heard of it.
Gandy's also on that answer.
Oh, Iowa. Yep, he did too. And Rick did too. Everybody knows. Everybody knows but us.
Everybody knows but us. Hey, I want to address Rick. Rick left a comment here a while back in the chat that I missed. And guys, I apologize. We're going to miss comments tonight because usually Shona is dedicated to this. But Rick wanted to know, and I can't find it now, if anybody had tried the Russell's 10-year LLME versus the Russell's 15. And I didn't see if anybody answered them. However, I don't know that we'll get to it tonight. It's on the agenda.
Yep.
We've got the LLME that Charles sent us.
Yep.
And we fully intend on doing this tonight against the Russell's 15.
We do.
So,
Brian is loading me up on this Friday night.
Hey, she's got a lot of catching up to do because she's always sitting back there not drinking. So, Charles, however, prior to the LLME science experiment, he had sent us 2 blinds. The first one we just did was three pours. This one's only 2 pours. So we're gonna go through this one, and then we'll get to the Russell's 10-year versus the Russell's 15,
Yep.
and see what we think.
So Gandy also sent us a Cedar Ridge, and I have all those samples over there besides the Evernorth one. I dug into that Evernorth one really
I was
quick.
going to say the only one of Gandy's samples that he sent was that Evernorth that we've opened,
that we've had.
and so glad we opened.
Yes,
it.
because
It
Gandy,
was
you
so
know, like anytime I see that Evernorth from you, I'm opening that one first. The other ones are in our to do.
Yeah, we'll be doing a show. We'll let you know, Gandy, when we're going to do those, so that if you're able, you can join us.
Yes.
That would be great.
All right, are we ready to get started on blind number 2?
I am.
Okay.
We have a little H2O.
So, Charles, this is 13 and 14. We had 14 and you sent us a new 13 to blind with 14. So just in case you're keeping track of which ones we're
In case
doing.
you're following along from home. So this is 13.
I'm not sure. I seen the other day where I think it was Seabox, however you say that, Seabox, had an Evernorth, but then by the time I got to it, it was gone. it came up on like my email thing, and then by the time I got home to try to get one, it was gone. But
I imagine it goes pretty quick.
I didn't know if that's
If all their stuff's like that, I imagine
if all their
it's
stuff
quick.
like does that, or if they normally, all of the Bourbon Junkies, you have to be a patron to get it. But I was shocked to see it on there, but it was gone quickly.
Gandy's wanting to know what everybody's sipping. Gandy, I started tonight, just prior to going live, with a little bit of Maker's Mark Lost Recipe. Shona started tonight with a little bit of water, I think.
I did. I hadn't had anything before we started.
Rick's having some Corbin Cash.
This one's a fun nose. It's a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of spice. I'm picking up a little bit of a tobacco note.
I'm just catching up in the chat,
And
Mr.
citrus.
Ritchie. There's no getting her tipsy. It doesn't work. What? True story.
It is true, because if I'm drinking, then I just ready to go to sleep.
Because there's no tipsy. If Shauna's drinking, it's all in.
Oh, shoot. Yes, Matt B. We will have a regular Russell's to compare that to as well.
Yes, we do. And now it's a couple years, well, it's probably not a couple years old, but it is got a little bit of age to it.
I don't know.
Let me get the code off of that, and they'll know how old it is. Because they're all way more knowledgeable than us.
That's some high quality H2O.
Okay, guys.
Thank
don't
you, Charles.
laugh at my old eyes.
This nose, the nose on number 13, it's so unique.
This old bottle we have is actually an LLMA, so it's from very early this year. I think, if you guys correct me on that, but LLMA is what I have here.
And this one's LLME. I don't know how to read those.
Well, the LL contains the year. So this is
Okay.
actually, I believe, this is a 24.
Okay.
Okay. Did we even, I don't think we tried that, or you might have.
I did.
I did not try it. I can tell by the legs of
A lot of caramel, some brown sugar, a lot of baking spice. This one's thinner than what we had just had, but it is packing all kinds of flavors. A little bit of a cereal grain note on this one as well. This is delicious.
It is. That's really good.
It's not as proofy as the ones we just had, but this is really good.
It's not proofy, but it's spicy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give that hug, that burn.
It's delicious. Cheers, Jeff. Thank you for joining us.
Jeff, thanks for joining us, sir. Cheers to you. What do you got in your Glen tonight, Jeff? Or maybe it's not a Glen, maybe it's a rocks glass. Make sure you get entered, Jeff, for the free giveaway.
Oh,
What's wrong?
Gandy's not going to be able to get any more Bourbon Junkies Evernorth as Bourbon Outfitters no longer ships to Kentucky.
Oh, no.
I'm so sad for you.
We're going to have to...
We'll have to go north to Michigan.
We'll have to try to get the hook up so we can hook you up, Gandy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jeff, I started to say there's a free giveaway going on. Exclamation point Friday. Set of whiskey glasses and ice molds.
You know, I know number 13 It's probably a lot less proofier. However, it is all kinds of good. It's it's flavorful. It's thinner, but it's so flavorful. I really like number 13.
That's really good.
I honestly, if it was in the other one, it would come in first at the moment for me. It's that good.
Charles, I think I saw maybe a number that looked like a date on there. Let me go back to my vision assistant.
So number 14 here is Vanilla Bomb.
2024, January 18th. 2024, January 18th.
There you go. All kinds of vanilla on this one.
That is 14.
The vanilla is taking over. It really reminds me of when I'm cooking and I put the vanilla extract, even though it tastes yucky, but the vanilla extract in and the vanilla flavors come over. That's all I'm getting.
One side of that nose about choked me up. Almost. That's way different than anything we've had yet tonight.
It is. It's good though. A lot of vanilla, a lot of oak notes all the way through, some caramel notes, almost like a little bit of a toasted oak note.
Charles is sipping on both of these samples.
Well, after we tell you which one we like better, I want to hear which one you like better than Charles.
Yeah, I feel like this one's not it for me.
This one is, so I said number 13 was thin. This one's a little bit thinner than number 13, but it's still really good. I almost want to say number 14 is lower proof as well. I'm really liking that vanilla oak, toasted oak note that I'm getting though. It's fun.
Looks like we may have at least a couple new viewers with us. So we are doing a free giveaway for anybody that's new. Exclamation Point Friday. It's a set of whiskey glasses and a ice mold. We are also doing a giveaway of Cask 529 challenge coins, $5 super chat. Get your name on the wheel for a chance to win one of those. We are giving away 3 of those tonight. So
Oh, Charles just said to Gandhi that he can help with, and I'm thinking the Evernorth stuff.
of course Charles can. Charles, you're like Magic Man down there in the Panhandle, I think.
Definitely. I'm ready to go back to number 13 real quick. I think number 13 is going to win for me. I truly, really like number 14.
The look of 14 tells me I'm not going to like it. The palate holds pretty strong. The look is deceiving. And what I mean by that is it's really light looking.
Compared to number 13.
Yeah, really compared to anything we've had tonight.
Looks can be deceiving.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go by that.
Okay, so number 13 I just held up to my nose and I got a strong butterscotch nose. I'm not a fan of butterscotch, however, it's kind of working for me on this one.
Husky Dog, I'll bet they were LLMEs. I went into one of our local stores today. Well, I went into the first store this morning, and they had LLMAs. And I was thinking that I had read something about an LLMA, But I text Charles and he was like, no, you didn't read nothing about LLMA. So I went to the second store after the drop hit at that store, and they had no Russell's 10-year, which is really odd for them not to have any on the shelf, but they had none. So I thought the same thing. Did they have LLMEs and I missed it?
Maybe
Good
so.
chance.
All right, number 13 is definitely winning for me tonight. I really enjoy it.
Did you say you weren't a fan of butterscotch?
Yeah.
Because Candy's like, what?
Yeah, I'm not. No.
Right,
I've
Candy?
never.
Who doesn't like butterscotch?
I don't. I like the smell of it, but I do not like the flavor of it. And I really don't like, a lot of people around here, I don't know if everybody, like they make those 7-layer cookies that have like that layer of the butterscotch and stuff on them. And then coconut as well.
She doesn't like coconut either.
I like coconut, I don't like the texture of it. And
So 7-layer cookies have not only chocolate chips in them, but they also have butterscotch chips.
yeah, and it's so sickeningly sweet to me. And so I just can't do them. I do enjoy the smell of it though,
That's my order.
but I'm just not a butterscotch fan. I will eat it. I was raised to eat whatever I am served. So if you put it in front of me, I will eat it.
You'll get all kind of faces, and you'll think she's dying. She'll stomp her feet.
I will not. I have
She'll
always
cuss you out.
learned I am never sending anything back. I will eat whatever's put in front of me. That's just how I was raised. You just don't do that. Yeah.
And Shona and I share that trait, honestly. And that's one of the things we were talking about at dinner last night. Is we were both raised, if it's on your plate, you eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got done with my dinner. It was a chicken sandwich,
It was
guys.
huge.
But this freaking thing, it was a whole bird, I think. They put the whole bird on the bun. I finished it.
Okay, so this number 13 was a Dark Arts Lock and Key Portal Rye. Is that one of the Dark Arts that we have?
Lock and key portal. Oh, yeah, it would be this one probably. Oh, this is straight rye.
Yeah, so it's not. It's different. So it is a 7-year-old rye whiskey finished in red and white port barrels and bottled at cask strength at 111.36. Nose is a mystical blend of candied orange, pine, strawberry, roasted nuts, cherry cola. Oh, you know what? That cherry cola note, that explains a lot. Spice, vanilla, licorice, baked lemon, and a hint of sweet cream. Taste. So you got some strawberry, caramelized pineapples, notes of strawberry rhubarb pie. Oh my gosh, I love strawberry rhubarb jam. I've never had a pie, but yum. Nutmeg, ginger, a big bit of caramel, vanilla, cream sauce, definitely. The toffee, maybe I was smelling the toffee instead of butterscotch on that. And then the finish was sweet fruit baking spices, leaving a lingering warmth. It definitely did, but just not as warm as the ones we had before that. That one was delicious.
So-
like very, very good.
Charles or anybody in the chat, help me out on this. That is my understanding was that, at least in our area, maybe it's different in other parts of the country, there were only 3 Dark Arts released at this point.
In Ohio.
In Ohio, anyway.
Yep.
And so we got a Dark Arts Whiskey House 7-year rye, finished with toasted Ambrano oak staves. This particular one we have is only 108 proof, so it's a few proof points lower than that. I'm just wondering if this isn't the same stuff, just a lower proof point, or if there's a second rye, if they have a second rye out there. Did you see Kevin said Angie doesn't like butterscotch either?
Yes.
And Gandy's still telling you you're nuts, and I still agree with Gandy.
I know. Just kick me off the show, guys. Just kick me off
We
the show.
can't tonight because there's nobody else here to cook this for us.
But I'm glad I'm making Mr. Richie J hungry for dessert.
Had I known, I'd have had Kevin and Chris come to it.
I know. I'm sorry. But Angie couldn't have been here because neither of us like butterscotch. Okay, so number 14 was Dark Arts. Dark Star Double Oak, 8.5 year rye. 5-barrel small batch blend, 8.5 year age. Bottled at 104 proof. 95% rye, 5% malted barley. So it was originally distilled in Indiana in 2015, rebarreled in 2019, blended and bottled in Lexington, Kentucky. Charles, thank you for all these notes. I always keep these and go back and read them all the way through. I love having all these notes. But the nose,
He leaves nothing out.
sweet almonds and peppercorn spice, licorice. You know, I'm pretty good at picking up the licorice, but I didn't pick that up on that. I'm just seeing if there's anything in here that we did pick up.
I just want to say cheers to Bragmo. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes.
Glad to have you here.
Is he bragging because he won
He
whiskey
is not
trivia?
bragging that he won whiskey trivia. However, now that you've opened the door for him, he may.
I think he should.
He may be looking for some bragging rights.
He did because he said I can brag mo now.
He did.
Sorry guys, I
Okay,
was just
Charles
reading it.
got these off
Citrus.
the Dark Arts website. So,
Okay.
Charles, do they still only have 3 available? We know they're dropping at least one more.
2 more. So the ones we got, I think were what, $89, $99 price range.
I
There's
think they were 99.
2 more
actually.
coming out in Ohio that are like just over $100
Okay.
each.
I
But they've
think
not
one's a
dropped yet.
Purple label, I think,
Yeah.
is what Casey told us.
Yeah, but they've not came yet. We've been saving those because I know the guys want to do a Friday Night Live on them. So we've not touched. I have opened them because, well, it's me.
Shona can't not.
So
Even if it's coming to open it, she's got to open it. Hey, cheers to T from Life from the Patio. Thanks for joining
yes,
us
thank
tonight.
you. All right, so I've been dying to do the Russells. Are we
Okay,
ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting on you.
Gotta get out some more Glens. We have not opened our Russell's 15 yet. A big shout out to Mark and Casey for helping us get that. We would not have had it without them.
We would not have had it. Absolutely not. So,
I think we need 3 each because we want to taste the old 10 compared to the other one and the Russell's 15.
say that 3 times real fast.
Yeah, I can't.
So, I'm going to let you pour these because you know how my can gets sometimes.
So I think we should compare the 2 tins. And then, so I'll put the LLME in the
I feel
middle.
like you need to taste the 15, and then you need to compare it to this.
Well, I think we need to compare the 2 tins first.
Okay.
And then we need to compare the
Okay. I
LLME
see what you're saying.
to
I see
the
what you're saying.
15. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's right. Compare the 2 tens so we can see if we detect difference there. Did you hear that? I'll let that sit there for a minute. Okay, guys, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. I've been dying to do this comparison.
You know, I love it when the guys are here doing this because it's fun to watch them afterwards. I don't know if I like it when I'm the one drinking though.
I know she doesn't like it. Shona has to be in control. Whatever the situation, whether it's control of herself, control of everybody. Control the situation, which is control of everybody. That's not really true. It sounds good though. She's just in control of me. You didn't shake your head on that one, did you?
I'm just learning to ignore you.
See how she is? Hey, Jeff from Bourbon and Balls. Cheers. Thanks for joining us
Cheers, Jeff.
tonight.
Looking forward to seeing you and Rob tomorrow.
Got you and Rob coming to High Bank tomorrow.
Okay, before I pour the 15, I'm just going to leave the 15 here real quick. So you have the old 10 versus the new 10. And if I need to pour a little bit of the new 10, I can.
Say that again. Which one's which?
This one's the old.
That's the old.
But we have a little bit more of the new here.
Okay, that's fine.
So if you need it.
Okay, so before we do this, guys, to anybody that has done this, once we do it, we're going to compare notes and see, because I see some of the guys in the chat talking about, I think maybe they've partaken.
I kind of miss it because I'm not getting to pay attention much to the chat.
See, it's
And
yeah,
you guys all make me laugh.
my
Like I
hat's
sit there
off
and read
to
it,
the
and it's
channels.
hilarious.
I think we'd get used to it. I think we would. It's just, it's hard because we've never had to do it.
Chris said she bossed me around on the first night.
That's how she rolls,
Damn,
Chris.
I'm
See,
sorry.
you know. That's how she rolls. Whew. Welcome to my world, man.
Hey, I think I fit in well with your wives. I think we would all be.
Yeah, I
all
think me
be
and
that.
you guys fit in well together.
Yeah. All right, so this one's the old one.
Old. So I'm not really getting any heat or spice off that. I'm just getting maybe a little bit of sweet, but a little bit. I'm not getting a lot. You're not answering?
No, I'm reading Rick's. You know what, Rick? That would have been hilarious to do that. I probably should have done that, and maybe in the future I can do that because I don't know if y'all remember, but we did a Russell's Blind where we had all of them, the Rick House, the 13. We didn't have the 15 in that because it wasn't released yet.
It was just Mike and I.
But then oh yeah, Mark was here, but he wasn't drinking, right?
I'm not sure that he was here.
No, he was here.
He definitely wasn't drinking if he was here.
But I snuck in the Wild Turkey 101, and both Mike and Bryan picked Wild Turkey 101 over any of the Russells that were out. It was really kind of unreal.
Mark has never let Mike and I live that down.
Okay, so I will tell you that number one, the old 10, it has a nice nose. I mean, it's just kind of there. Number two, honestly, it's just kind of there for me too. It's a little bit sweeter nose though.
Yeah, there's it's not a strong scent above 10. Did I do something wrong?
No, I was letting you look at the color.
See, Chris, she's taking over.
It's just having you look at the color on it. So the coloring on the old 10 versus the new 10, the new 10, or I shouldn't say the new 10, but the one they're saying is like, has the 15 in it, is darker.
You think so?
Just a couple,
me look
mine
at
is a
yours.
couple shades darker.
Because mine's a little bit lighter on the new than it is.
I would say
Yeah,
that one's
maybe
darker.
Maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, maybe a little. So we'll have to look when we pour the 15. We'll have to compare the color to the new.
Well, of course the 15 is going to be darker because they don't proof it down like they do for the 10.
True. Yeah, true.
The new one, okay, so the one they are saying is like has some 15 in it. I'm saying is the new one. It is a lot sweeter on the nose.
So, the old, which for us is it's this year. It's got kind of a funk on the nose. Do you get something kind of weird there?
Nothing weird. It's just kind of there, kind of like 14 was. It was just kind of, or number 2. It was just kind of there. It's good. I will tell you that I love making the old fashioned chocolate covered cherry old fashions with the 10-year.
Charles, I do. I love it. I love being told everything what to do.
From what you were telling me last night, I think Charlie from Bourbon and Balls will take me on his channel. And I think
I don't think
he
that's
would
what
give
he was
up
saying.
Rob.
I think what he was saying
I think
was
he would give up Rob for me.
He just wants Rob to be you.
Hey, Charlie. Let's clarify this tonight. Would you like me to be on Bourbon and Balls and send Rob here with Bryan?
No, no. I love you, Rob, but can't do it. Have you gone in on either of those?
Yeah, on the old one.
So this is old. I'm going to try new first.
See, Charlie would take me in a heartbeat.
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 So, I started with new. It's got a little bit of spice on the finish. Really smooth when it first hits your palate. Kind of, I would expect it to have not been quite as thin.
Oh, it's only like 90 proof.
I know, but it feels like it's really thin.
Yeah, it's.
To me.
I mean, we just had some. I mean, when you're
That's true.
comparing it to other ones.
Let me go with the old. Charlie Root, what Charlie Root.
Rob likes Skyline chili. It's good, but you can't have it every day.
Rob, you're not still in the
Poor
chat.
Rob.
Rob probably went to bed. He's got visions of high bank dancing in his head.
No, Stephen, it is not an episode of Wife Swap because Rob is not Charlie's wife. I've met Charlie's wife and she is very lovely.
We've met Rob too. And he is not necessarily lovely, but a lot of fun. Okay, so the old is much smoother. Nowhere near, this doesn't have a lot of bite, but it has a lot more bite than that one does.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with Bryan on this. They're both thin compared to obviously what we just drank. However, on number 2, I'm picking up a nice cherry note within it. It's not like the dark cherry note, like the Smith's dark chocolate, the dark chocolate ice cream that I love but can't have anymore. But
Oh, wait
it's
a
that
minute.
it's like a little bit of a cherry note in there
That could be spicy and still have cherry, right?
well, it can. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm getting a little bit more flavor out of the new one than I am one. I don't know if it's a lot different, but it is good. Like if I was going to choose, if I was going up to a bar and they give me 1 versus 2, I'm going to say give me 2 because I feel like 2 has a lot more flavor to it than 1, and then I'm going to be shocked when I find out it's the same bottle. So I guess what I'm saying is what everybody is saying, if you find the LLME, pick it up because if it's the same price, I'm assuming it's the same price.
Yeah, it's on the shelf. It's just a Russell's 10-year.
Yeah, I would pick that up over this one any day because it is more flavorful. And plus it has a little bit of a cherry note, which everybody knows I love the cherry note.
These guys, they're
What are they doing?
they're ready to go get chili dogs at Skyline Chili. And Charlie said that Rob is, they love him, but he's still in the hazing stage of joining Bourbon and Balls.
I just want to know because, and I apologize, Charlie. I have not been able to make it the last couple times that you guys have been live. It's kind of a struggle sometimes for me on Thursday evenings. Honestly, the last 2 weeks have been a struggle for me. But does Rob have a blue wrench yet? That is important to me. Does he have one?
I can't answer that. I can't say that I saw him in the chat.
Have you
last night.
trusted him enough to give him a wrench?
Well, he gave Rob and Jeff his house to use next week.
Wow.
Yeah. At least on the show he did. He might have revoked that as soon as the live was over.
So all kinds of samples given away next week?
Yeah.
He does have a blue wrench on the channel now. Great job.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Congratulations.
So, hey, Rob and Charlie and Jeff, so Thanksgiving's coming up and it's on a Thursday night. Are you guys moving your live to another night? Right. So I'm definitely going to pick the new one.
The new one, yeah, I am too. I am as well. The old one's not bad. And that was, that early on, that was one of our favorite bottles.
It was before we started warming
Yeah.
up our palates to higher proof.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was something, I don't know where we got the idea to get it. Maybe it was because you needed it for that old fashioned. That might be why we got
It probably was.
But, and I still wouldn't look down at it. However, if I could find that new one, I would get one.
Yeah. Definitely, if you have a choice and that one's on the shelf, I would get it.
For sure. LLME. I'm sure everybody in Whiskey Tube knows that because there's all kind of
yeah.
videos out there on it.
All right. Fresh crack on the 15.
Even the guy at the store today, I grabbed the bottle thinking it was a 10-year off the shelf, and it was a single barrel, and he was like, you were looking for the 10-year, weren't you? It's like, yeah, how'd you know? Everybody's looking for the 10-year.
To compare it. That's so funny.
Well, here's the thing. If you can get a bottle of this,
For 40s, what
that
is
has
it? 44
got-
bucks here
that
in
has
Ohio.
got notes of 15 in it. Why wouldn't you?
I agree. So if you look at the tin,
Oh yeah, look at the color of that.
yeah, it's so much darker. It's quite a bit darker, honestly. But it's not proof down as much.
Okay, so there, Mr. Ritchie, that may be the first person I've ever seen say that. He sampled the 15 and was not impressed.
So this is at 117.2 proof, where the 10 is at 90 proof. So you have to expect it to be a lot lighter.
Now here's the thing, Mr. Ritchie. This bottle was a fresh crack tonight. Maybe we're not going to like it. The bottle that was opened during one of our lives one night for a bonus pour,
I guessed it instantly
Shona-
what it was.
Shauna said, I'll bet that's going to be Russell's 15. It was just incredible. I mean, the notes, the chocolate notes, everything. It was just really good. I don't know about this one. We haven't had it. It's a fresh crack, but that one was as well.
Yep.
Cheers to Tiller's Bourbon Challenge. Thanks for joining
Yes,
us.
cheers. So we still have a giveaway, a couple giveaway things going on. So the free one is exclamation point Friday. Just comment that if you're just now joining. It is for a set of whiskey glasses and ice molds. And then every $5 super chat will get you entered into a thing for a challenge coin.
Okay, a couple things. Jeff said they are not doing a live stream on Turkey Day.
Okay.
And Rick, I think Rick said this best, if I can find it. He said that the old one is it's still good, but it's kind of flat. And I think
I
that's
agree.
that's a good description.
Yeah.
Flat.
I do agree. Still makes a great old fashioned.
I've not had too many bad old fashions.
I'm getting a lot of sweetness on the nose.
You getting some chocolate?
A little bit of
Yeah,
chocolate,
I got a
honestly,
little bit of
yeah.
chocolate on here.
Getting a little bit of a cherry note. A little bit of spice. A little bit of heat, honestly. Some citrus notes too.
Charlie, I agree with you.
Getting all kinds of notes.
We love doing blind tastings.
I
And
know
if
this
it's a
is,
double blind,
it's super fun. I love
we
double
really
blinds.
love a double blind.
I do.
Because if it's just a blind, you're thinking, okay, so I know what's here, I just don't know where it's at. So to me anyway, I'm thinking, no, that's not it. Especially if one of them is a favorite. That's not it. That's not it.
And honestly, that is why I love What's in the Glen Wednesday so much, because it's all a double blind. Every one we have is a double blind. And honestly, unfortunately, I know what's going into the Advent boxes for the countdown in December, so it's not going to be a double blind, but I'm super excited for everybody that's getting one because it will be a double blind for them.
Listen,
And we have some really great
I'm
pours.
excited for I'm excited. I'm excited because I enjoy, like Charlie said last night, he enjoys sharing.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to see other people's reactions to what he thinks is either good or bad. I'm looking at the table where everything's staged. There's only a couple bottles over there that I don't really know anything about.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to see when we start into the month what everybody thinks, because guys, I can promise you we didn't really go stingy.
No, we didn't.
Shauna,
Brian kind of
I'd
a
like
little
to
bit
have,
yelled at me last night out in the shop.
I wish I could have locked up my cabinet before she went shopping for this.
Yeah, like he a little bit yelled at me last night, and so don't worry, guys, I took care of it. He did not yell long.
Charles, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, because she snapped them fingers and pointed. And, Charles recommended using wild turkey honey
Oh, I
as
love.
a simple syrup in an old fashioned,
You know what?
and
I
use
love
a
that.
rye. Now,
So-
Charles, we did a show where I made 3 blind old fashions, maybe 4, I don't remember, for Shauna. Same recipe, I just used a different bottle. We both picked the same one as our favorite, and it was made with wild turkey rare breed rye. And I can tell you, you really only need one of those.
Honestly, you do.
Oh my God.
However, I was going to say a few years ago, or several years, I will tell you that I drink unsweet iced tea. Brian drinks sweet tea in the summer times. But I loved nothing more than by the pool having some iced tea with wild turkey honey in it.
So
Best summer drink ever.
now we both drank that. Shauna would drink unsweet tea with wild turkey honey, and I would drink sweet tea with wild turkey honey. And back then there was no measuring. We weren't that advanced. It was just pour. Yeah, that looks good. But wild turkey honey was a phase I went through where everybody bought me a bottle for Christmas and birthday, and I'm going to say fortunately I outgrew that.
And hey, Rob, you're right. Bryan is mean.
That wasn't Rob, was it? It was Rob said that. So Rob, Rob's not getting the boxes, he's just Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
When we start December 1st, Rob, I want you to follow along on the Advent box shows. And you just watch what's in the boxes.
Okay, so I just took my first sip.
I did a second ago. It was really hot.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say because I thought I read.
Yeah, it needs to open.
This is only 117 point true. 117.
Welcome to the live stream, Shona.
117.2 proof.
Are Chris and Kevin's still on here?
I'm telling you what, that just drank like almost 130 proof. That was hot. Wow. Very hot.
Kevin Westfall, what do you disagree with? That I'm mean? Because I'm not, right?
Kevin, you don't live with them.
Well, let's just wait and see what Kevin says.
Wow. I'm going to have to go back for another taste to actually see what it tasted like because that really shocked my whole system.
I feel like it's got to open. However, if it doesn't open, then I won't say it's awful. It's good. But I would go with what Mr. Ritchie said in that he wasn't impressed. I wouldn't be impressed with that if that's...
First sip, not so impressed.
Right.
On that one. But it could be like the Heaven Hill 10-year.
Thanks, Kevin.
Aww.
See what Kevin said?
Yeah, brownie points for you.
Whatever.
The Heaven Hill 10-year, neither of us really cared for, honestly, when we first had it. However, after like 3 months of it being opened, it was one of our favorites. It was really good.
Knob Creek 9.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We hated it. I mean, it was awful. And just a few weeks, we went back to it. And it was like, this is not the same bottle. So we don't know if you guys are believers in the whole neck pour thing. Shona and I are firm believers in it. Worst case scenario, it doesn't change. However, 9 times out of 10, we can see a difference after it's been opened.
All right. This is a good solid pour.
Okay, I gotta go back here. Rick said go back and read my post.
Okay.
He's getting impatient.
Sorry, Rick. I promise you, usually I'm on this, but being on the other side, it's really hard to keep up with it. So I apologize. We like it, Stephen. You're not going to get it.
Yeah,
we paid way too much for it.
He's wanting us to ship it to him?
Yeah. So Charlie agrees with us on the neck pours while you're still looking for Rick's comment.
Yeah, it's Mike and I actually did a whole show on that, Charlie, where we had, I don't know, 4 bottles, I think. Some were stuff that I had opened, and Mike had new ones, and other stuff he had opened, and I had new ones. And Shona blinded us, and we did new versus opened. And we were able, because Mike was not a believer in it at that point.
No, Mike was not. He thought we were silly.
He thought we were nuts, but him and I picked every one open and new.
Now, Stephen and Charles are, I'm telling you guys, no, you're not getting it.
Are they fighting for the bottle?
Yeah.
I know Charles wants it. Okay, Rick. I'm looking, man, but I see it beat the 15. Oh, wait a minute. Last weekend, the old Rick Van Winkle bottle number 2. Not the blend that made the grade for blend sanity.
Chris is funny. I always try it and give it time to breathe unless it's a bonus pour on cask 529.
And then there's no time to let it breathe, is there, Chris? Because you never know how soon that next bonus pour is coming. Rick, I apologize.
Rick, can you do
Yeah,
the
I
comment
can't.
because Brian's not finding it. I apologize too.
What I just saw your latest comment. What's going for over $500? Russell's 15. Because I'll tell you right now, even the good bottle we had. Not that this is bad, but right now it's not as good as the other bottle we had.
Honestly, I was going to get some tasty notes on the second sip because I will tell you, the first sip, I really truly thought it tasted over 130 proof, and it really just shocked me because I knew it wasn't that proof point. What I like about it, I did get that cherry note that I truly love, but it opens up on the second tasting, and I got a little bit of the cocoa note, a little bit of the cereal grains, a lot of baking spices. I got some brown sugar. I got that cherry note. It is full of flavor. It truly is full of flavor. I truly am anxious to go back to this. Tonight, I mean, we really just unsealed it tonight. I did the fresh cork pop. And so that first sip was hot.
It's still, I got some flavor, but it's still hot.
Well, I don't even know what to say to him about that, guys.
Well, she'll tell me what to say later. She'll tell me. No worries. Okay, Rick said, what I said is that it drinks like nothing and then it hits and burns. You know what? As soon as it hits the palate, I'm like, okay, maybe this is the one. Maybe this is going to be okay. And then, bam, that thing just comes out of nowhere. And I get burned. And at that point, I don't get a lot of flavor. Well, I know Shona got cocoa and all this other stuff. I got the burn, and I didn't really get any flavor with it. And that burn's really just now letting up.
It does have a burn to it, and I think that's where I'm saying it's so much proofier than the 117. I can definitely see where the second option with the cocoa notes and the cherry note, because I truly am getting that cherry and chocolate note all the way through it. That molded cereal grain note that's so pleasant. And the oak note, it's almost like a double oaked to me, honestly. I love double oaks, and this is almost like a double oak to me. I know it's not, but it just has that oak profile all the way through. Now, for the price, am I going to say
it is very oaky
that it's worth the price at this moment?
No, we never say anything's worth the price. Really, we don't.
No.
However, I take that back. We had a $200 bottle of Limestone Farms that we said that's worth every penny.
It is. If you guys have not tried the Limestone Farms yet, we just received our shipment for Whiskey Night in December. I am telling you what, Limestone Farms, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm going to jump right off that topic because, number one, Charles, we may get the whole farm from Charles for the bottle before the night's over. Gandy, I totally see what you're saying. Several weeks ago, Mike and Mark were here, and if you've ever watched a complete live with me and Mark and Mike, we get into these bonus pours at the end. Chris and Kevin can tell you. And Mark had brought a bottle of Russell's 15 and surprised us. Casey took it upstairs and poured it. And it was phenomenal. It really was. So, naturally, this bottle's different than that bottle. And I'm sure it will be good. To me right now, though, it is, if that was my first experience, I would really be disappointed. I would be like, wow, that we paid $250 for that.
Better than 500.
Better than 500.
All right, guys, I'm going to switch over and I am going to go ahead and pick the winner of our whiskey glass giveaway. If you have not gotten entered, you know what? I'm going to give you like 30 more seconds to get entered. It is !Friday. if you've not already entered it. So 30 more seconds to get entered before I pick the winner. And those will ship to you directly from Amazon. If you have not won with us before, I will just need your shipping address. If you'll just email that to us at cask529info@gmail.com, and I'll get that shipped out to you.
So Rick, I'm backing up through the comments right now, and I'm reading your comment. From what you're hearing, if we'd have had this totally blind, we'd be in the same boat as you and Mr. Ritchie. I can't speak for Shona because it sounds like it kind of grew on her quicker than it did me. I think I would be in the same boat you guys are in. Had this been, I'd say I'm in that boat anyway, and it wasn't completely blind. However, based on the fact that we had a pour that was double blind that we really liked, I have hope yet for this.
So I am going to say, because I will tell you the last time we did a blind that Charles sent us, I was in love with this Heaven Hill. That is 107 proof. I would like to actually, because I think it's a $100 bottle.
This? Mm-hmm. Right around it, I think, yeah.
I would like to double blind this against this one. So maybe if sometime we can get someone here to pour that, but
maybe we can make that happen.
I don't know how to
That's kind
make
of
that
an
happen
odd-
without us
that-
knowing.
Well,
But I love that bottle.
I'll just have to double blind you.
And so I'm anxious to see how that one would line up to this one being like almost 1.5 less than the cost. All right, I am going to go ahead and pick the winner of the...
And this is for the whiskey glass set?
Yes,
Is
the
that
whiskey glass set with the ice molds. Just refreshing it real quick, make sure I got all the winners in there. I'm going to close those. Pick the winner.
Rick, I would bet I probably still have that because you have to sip on that stuff you sent.
Just the hazmats, Rick. Light from the patio. So T, are you still here?
T, you got to be present to win, man. You still here?
T, I'm going to give you like 30 seconds.
God, she's stingy, T.
I guess I'll give you like a minute because I know there's a delay. Has Light from the Patio got 500 subscribers yet?
Last I looked, they were at 490. So guys, if you're not already subscribed to Life from the Patio,
There he is. Congratulations, T.
Please.
I'll get that sent out to you.
check those guys out and give them a subscribe. It doesn't cost anything.
Yep. So congratulations.
And
That's
T,
awesome.
I know you can hear me. Go ahead and post your link. Post your link up in the chat for everybody.
Because, and I am assuming this is safe to say, because once they reach 500 subscribers, they're doing a cool little giveaway. So T, I'm going to have you put that in the comment section of what you're giving away, because if it's changed, because I know I've been really busy the last couple of weeks and I haven't joined. But
Yeah, I'm not
last I
aware
knew
I'm not
that
aware
you
that
were
it's
giving
changed,
a cool
but
little
yeah,
giveaway.
we'll let him put it up there.
Yeah.
Thank you, T. We appreciate all the support you and the guys give us.
Yes.
You're always here for us. We try to be there for you guys. I enjoy the show. I really do. I just kick back and relax and watch.
Yep. All right. So I am going to next do the Patreon giveaway. I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm going to shuffle it a couple times.
So this one is for paid patrons.
Right. And so this is for a Cask 529.
Cask 529, laser engraved, leatherette bottle opener.
Yes. Because, you know, we don't always drink bourbon.
We do not always drink bourbon.
So I have removed the paid Patreons that have already won this.
And that would be Kevin.
Alan and Jaden. And you do not have to be present to win these. So I'm going to pick it, and then we will see who wins this one.
Thank you, Gandhi, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking time out of your Friday night to be here. We appreciate it.
John, congratulations.
Congrats, Sean.
All right, so you will be getting from me the keychain and a surprise 2-ounce port. Not going to tell you what that is. You'll just be surprised when you get it. And then,
It won't be water, John.
well,
I mean, it could be, but it won't.
it won't be. All right, I'm going to switch over to the super chats. So we'll see who wins the extra challenge coins. Rick, you will be getting an extra challenge coin because I know you already got one. And honestly, I don't have to really spend Charles.
Charles, you're getting...
You're going to get the extra ones.
You're getting a couple more challenge coins, Charles.
So thank you.
Thanks to you guys for putting the super chats in there.
Yes, thank you very much. And I think that's all we have tonight. Brian's got to go get ready to sleep and get there for the Saturday
does.
drop.
You know what? It's one of them deals. If I don't go, something really good will hit. And if I go, something really good will not hit. So...
I'm taking the easy way out, and I'm probably going to wait till 7 a.m.
Yeah,
and go
Shauna's
over.
always like, oh yeah, we're going hunting.
No, I never say that. I'm like, ooh, Brian's going
And then
hunting.
she says, after a year of hunting, I'm going to pour all that awesome bourbon you got into bourbon advent boxes. That's what I'm going to do with it.
To share with all our friends.
Yeah.
Because really, can we drink it all?
I mean, we could try.
No, we can't try. Not at all.
God love her, guys. God love her. So, before we go, Stephen Scone, I did not see you post your channel in the chat tonight. So definitely get that posted while we still have 20 people watching us. T, he did post live from the patio. I'm looking here. Rob or Charlie or Jeff, if any of you guys are still here, get your link posted up. Anybody, really, if you've got a channel and you are trying to get some people to follow you, no promises, but throw that link up in the chat.
Charles, you're cracking me up on that one because
Charles.
we would love to get a barrel proof rye ourselves.
Yeah, right? Hey, Charles, man, if I get that, it's not going to be tomorrow, I can promise you that.
No, it won't be.
However, we've got people that are looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm sure you're looking. But we've got people looking for a barrel proof rye. And probably some other stuff that we don't even know, but they're looking.
We do.
And let's see. So Steven's in the chat there. Rob's in the chat. Rob and Jeff, we're looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And so I think with that, we're going to wrap it up. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
As always, hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know we did.
Be sure to join us on Wednesday night for Whiskey Trivia.
Whiskey Trivia.
I don't know what the topics are, but if you watch What's in the Glen Wednesday prior to Whiskey Trivia, I promise you, I'll give you the clues.
Maybe, you know what, maybe if you start giving them like 5 questions and answers out of each category, maybe we can get people to watch that. Maybe we can get people to watch What's in the Glen.
No.
Possibly. I mean, it could work. Okay, thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. And until next time, be safe, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.